Lots of things are control.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Got anything to say about it?
Yes, I have some interesting points to make.
Yeah.
You are currently controlling all the cells in your body. Well done. And if you did not, you'd be a puddle of slime on the floor.
But that doesn't seem to display a lot of faith in the human being, though, does it? I mean, is it inherent that we have to have authority and we have to have people that are kind of destined to be authority figures and then everyone else has to follow? Is that what you're saying, ultimately?
What I'm saying is that control is part of human nature.
Yeah.
And
but I think it's gone to an extent which is ridiculous at this point, though.
Yeah, but that
it's boiling down to everything we do.
Yeah.
Basically, everything we do, even what we can say and what we can't. Apparently, not that it makes that much difference to me, particularly. So, although I get your point that a certain amount of control is necessary to sort of, be fair, I suppose.
To make things work.
Yeah, to make things work. Now, it's just gone completely crazy.
I don't know.
And it's stifling, I think.
And yet here we are, speaking our minds on the internet. All I know is that control is part of human nature. We try and control each other all the time. All that's happened is that sometimes somebody gets more control and gets more control and gets more control, and sometimes it's magnified, and that's what happens. But I don't know. What's my point? Why are we talking about control? Because I just think control's natural.
A certain amount is, but not this level.
Yeah, but how do you know where to draw a line?
I think I could draw the line at someone like the Rothschilds.
Look, that's a long way.
Yeah, a long way before that, maybe, would be a good idea, don't you think?
The fact is there isn't a line and no one's there to draw it or enforce it.
There's definitely someone there to enforce it.
Who?
The Rothschilds.
You mean
the people that actually own the governments that we vote for?
I think you're missing my point. Who is there to draw the line of control and say, when it gets beyond a certain size, stop? And who is there to police that line?
No one.
Exactly. So,
because the ones in charge own it all.
Yeah, the ones with the power aren't going to draw their own line, are they?
They're allowed to just carry on with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're willing to accept that, are you?
I'm willing to accept all aspects of human nature. Look at the French Revolution. Chop their heads off. There you go. That'll solve it. Oh no, there's some more people we need to chop their heads off too. Oh, let's chop some more heads off. Oh, we haven't chopped enough heads off. Look, you have to, if you want your own shit, you kind of have to stand up for yourself, don't you? You have to not be controlled. You have to resist, don't you?
No, I think that's just what we've been told to do.
What is the option then?
Just don't do anything.
That is resisting.
It's not really. It's different.
That's what I meant by resisting. It's not what you thought I meant by resisting. What did you think I meant by resisting?
Well, if you think about the word resist,
yeah, what
do you think of?
Well, when I do pushing hands and someone pushes against me, I resist the force.
No, what do you think of as a normal person? Normal person, because that ain't normal. The normal average Joe on the street, if you said resist, they're going to think something that's ultimately violent. Resistance.
Push back harder.
Push back harder, yes.
Yeah, no. That's not what resistance means. Resistance means standing your ground, not being moved from your ground. That's what resistance means. A circle around your being. A line in the sand, defending the line. That's what resistance is. To me, anyway. Is that what you think?
So what if someone's being violent towards you? What do you do then?
If they cross the line, you push them out. They can come again for another try if they want. You just keep doing it.
What if you can't?
If you can't, you can't. You fail. I mean, going back to the analogy, if I get pushed out of my circle, that means they're in the circle.
That's right.
One option is to go with it completely. When you know you can't win, you have to go with it completely. And then they overextend, and then you can push them out again. That's usually what happens, to be honest. If someone is overreaching what they can achieve towards you, you can usually just agree with it and then step in behind them as they go past you. But it doesn't always work. You fail. Create some new ground. Fail to defend that ground. Create some new ground. Not going to fail every time. I mean, I don't think... that's it, really. What more can I say? You can't win them all, can you?
Yeah, but we're at the point where we're not going to win any. Do you get that?
Are we?
Yes.
It doesn't feel like that. It feels like I've got a lot of freedom. I just don't choose to exercise it. And it's really down to my mental conditioning. Yes, that's been put there by culture. But I kind of think that it's my responsibility now that it's in my brain.
What do you think you're able to do then, that you're not?
Hey?
Well, you said you got a lot of freedom, so what do you mean?
Well, I've got the freedom to exist. That's the main one.
Yeah, which you are.
Yeah.
I haven't taken that away from you yet.
No, they need that one. Without people existing, then they wouldn't be able to charge taxes and make money off you. You're actually part of their
It's like
apparatus.
you're accepting this. It's like you're very accepting of that.
Well, I'm not accepting it.
So you're
just saying
talking
this
about it like it's some kind of prison, and yet you're saying you've got freedom.
You've got as much freedom. You've got quite a lot of freedom, really. I mean, if I want to, I don't have to. I don't have to do anything. I can say, well, fuck it, I'm not going to work. Fuck you, I'm not working. Deal with it. And I'll go and forage off the land.
You're not allowed to do that, really, in a lot of places. It's illegal.
It's not illegal if you eat.
It's been stopped.
It's not really being stopped, though, is it? You can still do it.
I think if you look into it, there are quite a few rules that you have to follow.
You don't have to follow the rules. You choose to follow the rules.
Because you don't want to end up in prison.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe.
So it's not really freedom, is it?
No, you could choose to break the rule and end up in prison.
But why would you want to do that? Then you wouldn't be free.
You wouldn't be free, but they'd be paying for you, so you wouldn't have to lift a finger. You get all the time you want to meditate, and it sounds brilliant.
Great.
So that's, anyway, this is just what I think. What do you think?
I think it's quite pessimistic, what I think, actually.
Go on then.
I think that there is a certain group that's in charge that has control over things like the government and police force and the forces. And basically, if you vote for a certain party to come in, it doesn't mean jack shit, because the government aren't the ones controlling everything. Really, they're going to do whatever they're told to do from above. So the idea that we have any kind of free will or freedom, I think it's ridiculous, to be honest with you. As far as society goes, we have freedom about the little things, about what we want for dinner, or where we choose to live even. It's a relatively small fry. But anything bigger than that, no.
Such as?
Such as actually living the way we all want to, not having to pay taxes or stuff like that. Not having to pay for basic things like water.
Just collect it from rainwater.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, that's not liked, is it? Like, if you're a gypsy and you go and park your caravan somewhere, you're not allowed to do that. They will actually evict you.
Depends who the landlord is, but yeah, they probably wouldn't appreciate it.
But they don't appreciate them anywhere. It could be a bit of wasteland somewhere, and it still offends someone somewhere. And at some point, they're hoofed off of it and moved on.
Yeah.
And the idea that people living tax-free, rent-free, living off the land, just being free, offends people.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
It does.
Let's be honest.
No.
And why does it offend people? Because we're all trained into this mindset that in order to be a decent, honest person, we have to be chained up to this system. That's not freedom.
Well, it's psychological manipulation.
Yeah, that's how it all works, I think. Well, that's all it is, really.
Yeah, that's my point. It's psychological.
Like, success is another example. What makes someone successful? What does society regard as successful?
Well...
Having a lot of stuff? Having a big house, a nice job? Cushy job with lots of money and lots of disposable income? You can buy lots of new toys with. But usually the people that have that get to the point where they realise that actually that don't make them happy. And you get quite a few people that actually go, fuck this, I'm off. Because it's not freedom.
Well, you were talking about success, you weren't talking about freedom.
But it all links into that, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, what successful is deciding to do something and then doing it. That's successful. I successfully made...
Yeah, but I don't know about you. But when, like, obviously I'm not a career type of girl. But basically I felt, especially in my younger days, that there was a certain path that I had to follow. And if I didn't do that, I'd somehow failed and I wasn't going to be successful.
What, you mean you have to make money?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you've even criticised other people for not following that path. So it has been part of your way of thinking.
Yeah, definitely. Before I realised that actually, that's all wrong. But that's what we're told. It almost reminds me of, like, you know those old American films when they have like a chain gang and they've got the shackle around their ankle and they're digging the holes or whatever, like on the sugar plantations and stuff. It reminds me of that. To me, that's not freedom. Monty Python did a good sketch about this, where they shot a baby out of their mum and it basically flew into the grave. And it was very cynical, but I thought, yeah, it's true as well.
So this psychology that we're brought up with...
A revolution in consciousness is what needs to happen.
Yeah. So this is a psychological issue. And knowing that it's a psychological issue, it is still the responsibility of the mind, of the person whose mind that psychology is in.
But I think the first step is to realise that that's what's happening, and a lot of people just ain't even there.
Well, that's because they're being successful, or partly anyway.